Good evening, dear subscribers, dear viewers. This is another day. We want to welcome you. Feel at home. We promised to grant you quality services from this good channel, and that's what we are dedicated to do. Today, we are giving you a solution of the question that has been posted on the screen. The question is coming from the topic that is known as quadratic equations. You are supposed to solve the quadratic equation using the completing square method. Welcome. This particular quadratic equation has been written in the form x squared plus bx plus c is equals to 0, where the value of a stands for the coefficient of x squared, and in this case our value of a is 2 because 2 is behind x squared. Our value of b, which is the coefficient of x, is minus 7. The constant c is positive 6. So once we understand that the quadratic equation given is in the form ax squared plus bx plus c is equals to 0, then we will start by ensuring that this quadratic equation is an equation where the coefficient of x squared is 1. In this case, the coefficient is 2. So we have to change this quadratic equation in such that the coefficient of x squared is 1. How do we do it? We write the equation as 2x squared minus 7x plus 6 is equals to 0. We divide by 2, we divide by 2, we divide by 2, we divide by 2. Once you do that, then we will remain with x squared minus 7 over 2x plus 3 is equals to 0. Right? As you can be able to see, this is the quadratic equation where the coefficient of x squared is just 1. The moment you make the quadratic equation to have the coefficient of x squared being 1, the next step you do, you carry over the constant to the other side. The constant c in this case is positive 3. When positive 3 is taken to the other side, then the sign changes from positive to negative. So we will now have x squared minus 7 over 2x is equals to minus 3. That's the second step. Once you ensure that the constant c has been taken to the other side successively, we now look for the value of b over 2, then squared. In this case, our value of b is going to be minus 7 over 2. Minus 7 over 2 is our value of b. So we will write minus 7 over 2 divided by 2, then squared. That's what the formula is saying. b over 2 raised to power 2. But the value of b alone is minus 7 over 2 divided by minus 2. Right? So which will give us minus 7 over 2 times a half squared, which is the same as minus 7 over 4 squared. So once you obtain this value, add it on both sides. So what do we mean? You come here and say x squared minus 7 over 2x plus the value of b over 2 squared. We have obtained it as minus 7 over 4 squared is equals to minus 3. Minus 3 is the one which is on the other side. Then you add minus 7 over 4 squared. This is squared, power 2, right? Now, on your left hand side, the numbers which are having power 2 must be brought together. We will not do anything with this figure, but instead we will bring this and this other term together. This one and this one. Those are the two terms with power 2. Bring them together. X. Then on the other side we have minus 7 over 4 is the one that is having power 2. Then we put brackets, we square. Is equals to, we just assume the central term. Then we move to the other side where we have minus 3 plus minus 7 squared is positive 49. 4 squared is 16. Now let's add the values on our right hand side. Our LCM of 1 and 16 is 16. 1 goes to 16, 16 times. 16 times minus 3, you get minus 48. Then you add 16 goes to 16 once. 1 times 49 is 49. 48 minus 48 plus 49 is like saying 49 minus 48, which gives us 1 over 16. On this side we have x squared, not x squared, we have just x minus 7 over 4. The squared is just outside the bracket. So once you reach at that given point, you now find the square root on both sides. We will now find the square root on both sides. We will find the square root on both sides. The square root will remove the power 2, whereby we will remain with x minus 7 over 4 is equals to plus or minus the square root of 1 is 1, the square root of 16 is 4. Next step, we now take this term to the other side. We will now have x is equals to minus 7 over 4 will become positive 7 over 4 plus or minus 1 over 4. The first part of x will be 7 over 4 plus 1 over 4 or minus 7 minus 1 over 4. Remember, we have positive and then minus, so you can start from positive and then minus. Then our x will be, when the denominators are the same, we only take 1 and we add the numerator. 7 plus 1 is 8. Or the denominators are the same, we just take 1, that's 4. Then we subtract the numerator. 7 minus 1 is 6. Therefore, x becomes 2, or when you simplify 6, 4, you get 3, 2. Our final answer will be part of x is 2 or 1 and a half. So that's how you use the completing square method to solve a quadratic equation. Thank you for listening to us. I hope you have learned something. If you didn't learn, then you need to ask us questions on the comment side. Thank you. See you in the next episode. Bye bye.